concept is comedy, so it's better I start the live show and you interview me so I can save the content on my page and not lose the whole thing. So
I'm fine.
how
How
you
you doing,
doing,
my
my
brother? I
brother?
greet you.
Yeah, how's
Fine,
business? How's
fine. In fact,
work?
I'm actually at the location. I had to beg for 30 minutes, and in fact, I have less than 10 minutes to be on this live. And since it has to be with you, I have to talk to you briefly before I leave because I've got like a million and one thing to do right now at the same time.
That's good.
Hmm.
So I'm ready for your
This question.
question. It's good to have
Just give me 1 second.
you. No problem. No problem. Um, so again, for you guys, feel free, just be telling me your name and the city you're joining me from. So I'd like to know those of you who are live here, your name, your city.
I see
Okay, I can see
that you're
some
not
of
in
you.
Nigeria. You're in Dubai.
Yes,
Enjoy
I'm in
yourself. Now, you're the people that
Dubai.
are living large. Now we they suffer for Nigeria here.
I don't think so. You're a big man. You are a veteran broadcaster, and so I think it's a choice. A lot of you, how many entertainers have had to move to
Well,
Nigeria? Because there's more
obviously,
money in
there's a
Nigeria.
lot of money to be made in Nigeria.
Yeah.
If not because of the monies we're making in Nigeria, trust me, all of us would all run from what. Talking about money,
Exactly,
talking about
absolutely. I
money.
agree with you.
I've gone through your page.
Mm.
I've seen, Baba, I don't know how many business only you want to get. You get real estate, you get this one, you get that one. You know, sometimes when I see people that have, the kind of things you have, the kind of, connections, kind of businesses, chains of businesses, now one question just they come my mind, and I'm sure a lot of people want to ask that question. How did you make your money? Waiting be that thing we give you, because I know say plenty people waiting for year one. No, waiting be the thing we give this guy money to ball buy. Oma lo see Dubai Lily, Oma lo see America Lola, Oma lo see France. But I'm not on saying I God though. Not talk am. Not talk. Not talk.
Funny enough, one of the things I wanted to ask is how come you are so good with languages? You speak Hausa fluently, you speak Yoruba
I
fluently,
grew
and
up
you're an Igbo man.
I grew up in a compound that like to come face me and slap you in Kaduna State. Where everybody use
Yeah.
one toilet and one bathroom. You
Oh,
understand? That's what my parents, were before they moved out. Now in that compound, there are like 4 or 5 Yoruba people, and there are people that from Kogi State that speak Igala as well. So, and I pick languages easy, so it's quite easy for me to learn. A lot of when I tell them I learned how to speak Yoruba in Kaduna, they're like, be bad, whoa, I was like, you understand? You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people always.
yeah.
So,
Amazing. For my own, I started business 15 years ago. Before 15 years, but officially we became a registered company 15 years ago. And we started with a bulk SMS business. In fact, it was 1,000 naira. Somebody want a particular
my
fellowship. They
church,
were
you don't
doing
bring God,
conference,
don't enter
so they
inside.
needed me to. No, hear me now. They paid
Are
me
you
700.
serious?
It wasn't even a church, but they paid me 700 to help them send SMS for the
Okay.
crusade or event they had.
To make
I added
1,000.
300 to it. So I was able to send.
Wow.
I didn't even have a laptop. I didn't have.
Yeah.
I had to go to Cyber Cafe then. Remember Cyber Cafe? And before you know it, more people needed the services. And then bulk SMS became big. Then I got my own website because I used to use somebody else's website. I remember 15,000 was what I paid to have a website that could send bulk SMS. So now I didn't need to be sending it for clients. They can send it on my site. Again, after a while, I was able to now start helping other people to be able to help them start the business. And that's why some people are shocked why I'm very supportive of entrepreneurs. part of how I made money was replicating myself. So rather than just having one website and everybody has to go to my website, I said, okay, you can start the business. Pay me some money, I will coach you. I'll
Okay.
also help you design your website, right? And then you will be able to start the business. And before you know it, we're able to start that. Also, at some point, 2015, we became one of the biggest, Chivita, PZ. Everybody was our client, so because we had grown after 7 years, and then we went into real estate
Hey, I go even ask you that real
2015.
estate one. How you got it? Because
And
because because I will not lie to you.
yeah.
How I knew you first was through real estate. You understand? That was how I knew you first. Then that was what, because anybody I know, I make it like an interest of mine to research about that person. You understand? I had to now find out now so that you have other businesses. But one thing, because I'm not gonna lie, give you see this real estate, everybody did real estate. But nobody, it's true. Come on, Kudo. But the question is, if there's nobody that's going to tell you, oh yeah, Shele, this is what you're going to do for you to, be into real estate. How did you get into it? And for people that are, because let's not kid ourselves, there's no job in Nigeria. There's no job anywhere. The only you cannot make money working for somebody. You can make money working for yourself. Now, for people that are watching this thing and would want to be like you, want to get into real estate, what be that thing where they could do to get into real estate that you did, that worked for you, that you think that might work for them?
Beautiful question. I love this question. So for me I didn't start by becoming a developer, because becoming a real estate developer is very capital intensive, right? Before you buy land, acres, or buy houses, I started, when I was doing my bulk SMS business, we expanded to email, SMS, social media. So helping people create their social media account, create their website. So I even had to go to the UK to have diploma in digital marketing. How do you use the internet to sell? So real estate became one of those businesses I was doing on the side. But as a broker, I will sell your property, I'll get commission. So while I was doing that, unlike others, I was putting my eye to understand how the business works. How do you buy land and make sure they don't snatch it from you? One of those I sold for, I was loyal to him, because a lot of people will start selling real estate and they're selling for 20 people. There is no way you will have a mentor that way, because the founder will know that you are doing for everybody. But in my case, I was loyal to just one man, so he knew and was willing to. So I was asking questions. One day we were going to one property, OPC was here, there was fighting, and I said, "What happened here, sir?" The man, these people don't listen. That they've snatched his land from him. It has become war. So I said, okay, how do you buy land and not lose it? So I started learning, really. And even my first estate in 2015 was an estate inside an estate. Even when I was ready to be a developer. Yes, because I had to go and meet someone who is ahead of me, who had over 200 acres. And then he gave me 50 acres out of his own. So before any wahala go hit me, you don't hit my organ first. You don't hit my organ, because the challenge many of us have, because we think we are smart, but Nigerians, I don't need anybody. I go do everything, a small thing, nobody real estate. It's there. We just do them. And today you have so many real estate companies struggling because they bought a land. It took years before they knew that land was sold to 300 people.
Especially when the land caught.
Exactly. Become court cases. They can't do allocation. But I had to know that, look, some people are ahead of you. Go and, partner with them. They may make a little bit, because it was a bit more expensive because I bought under another estate, but it was better. I had peace of mind. And even now I tell people, I say, a lot of people want to start who even have money. Why not do me estate under people like me? I have bigger lands. I could give you more discount if you say now, okay, you are buying 5 acre or 10 acre out of my own, maybe 200 acre, right? Yes, it may be more expensive than if you go direct, but at least you are dealing with a credible person. It's not as if they sold it to 20 people. Exactly.
Now,
And so for me, that's how I
okay.
started. I started by selling for
Now,
somebody
I'm
before I
happy.
started my own.
I'm very happy that you said that thing. Now, I know plenty of my followers are looking to get into real estate. So, I will, people,
Yeah.
some of them that are watching this live now, I'll tell some of them, anybody that wants to be under you now, they should send me DM later. My wife the scene, so that you will now promise me, pay,
No
okay,
problem.
this one that are under you, Emma Conwell, Emma you, I want to in the next 2 years, I want to ask, I remember that life, that's a lot on here, and they do pay kini con, and now I hope you give me that assurance, pay, you are going to give us this thing.
Absolutely. We have a mentorship program,
Okay.
called the GTEx and Associates. And it's for a lot of young people who are, just like I was starting. Because in fact, when I started brokerage too was because we don't get job, all of us are CEO, but those guys CEO way,
Not only
because
for
we don't get
Instagram
job,
bio,
now
the
it make
CEO
us
they
become
did.
CEO. So I understand the challenge a lot of young people face. So in fact, one of the things God has helped us to do in the last 8 years, because we are celebrating our 15th year in May, we've given several people car
Wow.
under this program. We send people to
See.
Dubai, to Maldives. Many of them have never traveled before. And almost $1 billion has been
Wow.
paid in commission in the last 8 years we started as a company. Yes, paid to young people who are not full-time staff of our company and just sold for
I'm
us
happy.
and earned commission for
I'm happy.
referring
I'm
people.
happy for
Yes,
this
so
you
we're
said.
ready.
So all of now when they watch this live now, if you know that you want Oga Steven to be your mentor and to be under that mentorship program, your own is to be into real estate. Take it or leave it. There's a lot of money in real estate. There's a lot of money in real estate. Just send me DM. I'll forward it to him. Then he will now answer you directly. You can now be under him. Now, me, as I dey talk now, Oga Steve, where I mentioned say a lot of money in real estate, you said something. But so, one person matter, he go sell them to like 20 people. Kinikon. Me, I'm the kind of person that like to hey, don't like saying any of my this thing publicly, but no problem. Let me just say it. I like having like what you call land banking. You understand? I like having lots of properties. Sometimes money if you just enter my hand, to me need anything like with that money. I could just go like a pay somewhere, dangote, my lord lembe, my de feel I go live up. Then sometimes when I need something don't hook me. I go remember I have one land here. Then he get one of those properties, Timora. Oga Steve, I bought that property for I think I bought it for like 1.2 million naira or thereabout. Somewhere in Aja. After Aja roundabout, won't go down like this in Aja. Then and I remember I wanted to sell that land. Do you know it was when I wanted to sell that land? Every time I noticed that land they caught. As I speak to you now, I can't do jack with that land. And as that land now is almost worth 15, 17 million as I speak to you now. But I can't do anything with it. The case is still in court. Because I not get part of the go court, I just tell people, yeah, they go court. But the question that I want to ask you, will make me bring that gist up now. You wrote a book about land banking. Me, I'm not explain that to people where, but now you waiting inside into the business. What will be land banking for those we don't understand? Because a lot of people need to learn some things. Because
well, sorry about the land, and the court issue. Land banking basically is the process of aggregating land, buying parcels of land for the purpose of investment or future development. So you look for a particular location that you think project is going, the place will develop in future. You go and buy land there, wait for 5, 10 years, 15 years, and then you sell it when the price is higher, or you then build houses on it and then you rent it out and you make your money. But the concept of land bank is that you're doing it not for your own house where you live, you are doing it specifically as a business. as an investment. Now, the challenge people make is two. Number one, many end up buying directly from Omonile. And when you do that, because you are an individual, land where you buy for 1.2, right? To even start court case, maybe lawyer will even want to collect 500k. Right? So at the end of the day, it's not even economically sensible to prosecute and fight for your land. And there is no way, if you buy from Omonile, they will sell to 2, 3, 4, 5. So now, let me know my last, who is more powerful, will eventually be, will eventually be the owner. But that's why we say, why not buy from a developer that is credible? The advantage of that is that the man no buy one plot. He probably bought 50 or 100 acre or 200. If you even become court case, you get enough money to fight the court. Thank you. Exactly. And in some cases, like the one we do, it's called service plots. And you went to 2 of our estates. We fence it now. If you notice, all the
yes, then get security post and
security man, you meet security man there. 247, they are there, right? All their salaries since we started our estate, we just they pay them. Okay, we put fence there, and that's called service plot, because part of the advantage of that is that, you know, you are not just paying for land, you're paying for service. They will fence it round, they will later do drainage, will put electricity, will do so, which is why such estates are not cheap. A lot of times people say the estate is too expensive. Me, I want something cheap. 1.2.
You dey laugh me now. You dey laugh me now.
Simply money. But the pain of those kind of movies that is like Pennywise, just as you say,
I not even think
you don't dash them that money, because exactly, because at the end of the day, also when you do from Omonile, it's easy to sue a company than to sue an individual, right? Because you sue Babaluku, one day they tell, Babaluku don't die, and the children will talk, say
exactly. Their papa you pay money,
so they don't know. Exactly, saying that their papa you pay money. So
if I understand what you have said now, for land banking. Land banking, you're not. It's an investment. Now you go. For example, for example, like that Dangote area now. That place where airports will soon come now. Person with smart now go just go there. Maybe like all those your estates now, go just go there. Buy, because they know in the next 2 years or 3 years or maybe by Matthew on the man, be by your airport, be by you. You understand?
Exactly.
You go so it's for investment, not necessarily for them to go and live there. So and something where I understand now.
Exactly.
If you check around the world now, like Russia, other countries, a lot of people now don't they commode dollar, don't they commode their dollar. Some they say they made they enter gold. I think one of the smartest, wisest thing people will do now to enter into real estate, to use that their money what they save, take by real estate. Now talking about real estate, that time we talk about mentorship. You get one question where it's fine. Just remember the question and money. Let me ask you before I forget. See, Nigerians are very industrious people. Nigerians are very hardworking people. You not get anywhere that we don't take over. You not get anywhere when Nigerians not they take over. But one question I want to ask, on top this real estate now, being the fact that a lot of youths are very hardworking, and one of the major problems that they have is one capital, one low, lati start. That thing to one look on but me I don't now have money to get into it. Now for this real estate where you talk now, for someone to get into real estate, someone need to go can somebody start real estate without money? Like no law, can they start real estate?
Well, it depends on which type of real estate they want to start. You know, there is rental income, there's land banking, there's property development, then there is real estate agents or brokerage. So it depends. So what I always advise, I said the entry point that I advise those who don't have money is become a broker. Even the Bible says that if you are not faithful in that which is another man's, who will give you your own? I know that we're in the days and age of all man for himself, don't work for anybody, start your own company. That's true. But it doesn't mean that you must start with your own. I mean, you, for
Yes.
example, started
Yes.
working for media houses. Today, we
Yes.
now make money from
All of the
your
above.
YouTube.
Yes.
You make money as an influencer. You make money as a self-employed. And it didn't even stop you
Exactly.
from
It
still
didn't stop.
working for the companies that you're working for. So we need to be a bit wiser as young people. We need to understand that life is in phases, men are in sizes. You live your size pattern. Some of us that people admire today, I mean, it's already 15 years now that we're a registered company. Right? If you are just seeing me now, say, the guy is in Dubai, is in this, is in that. But okay, 15 years, the day we I no see
Maybe
salary pay,
one day you
I
go
no get
post your
transport
throwback
fare,
picture.
go
How on already?
house, I dey owe rent. I don't put them now. In fact, the day I did just 10 years throwback picture, how we gave birth to our first son, and we couldn't even I couldn't
Wow.
afford naming money for naming, right? And people could see how I look, how my wife look at the naming of our first son. Many people were almost crying. Just 10 years ago,
Wow.
and that was just 10 years throwback. So if you don't know how some of us have struggled, and you just
Get
want to
there.
overnight get to where we are. And I think that's the problem of young people. You need to be willing
Process.
to start
Yes.
small,
Yes.
think big, and grow fast. And one of the easiest ways, all this social media you are using to insult people, you are using to people like Nedu, for example, each time they go viral, if you like insult them, they are making money, right? So the key goal, and unfortunately, a lot of young people don't even understand this thing. So you spend your data to insult Nedu, insult anybody you want to insult. That is not a smart way. We were young like you guys when social media even started. And many of us took advantage
Yes.
of it as a tool to become rich, as a tool to make money. I have sold over
Wow.
2 billion naira worth of real estate on social media.
Wow.
And I'm just being conservative. I'm just being,
May not to shout out too much.
just being conservative. Exactly.
Wow.
Just being conservative. If you go to my social media, it's a business tool. I'm here to do business. The day you carry rumor about me, I will sell more real estate. I was telling somebody, I said, I think it was, who was it? It was Ellen Paul. Ellen Paul was interviewing me like this. And she said, in fact, I think Oga, I help you organize crisis. I said, you watch it. The day you carry rumor about, I will post
because
more
the funny
about
thing
real
is, say,
estate.
as they insult you, people go and go your page. When they come go your page, they'll come see business your page.
And see something wey sensible, they will give you benefit of the doubt. Human beings are not like that. Some people will give you benefit of the doubt. No matter how wicked you be, there will still be people who will give you benefit of the doubt. And that's the secret of politicians. And some politicians have won election just leveraging on just maybe 10,000 people that believe in them. Right? And those 10,000 people put them out there to make noise, exaggerate the thing. And before you know it, you assume everybody like them. And they win.
So, no, but one other question I want to ask you. Now, how for which other, apart from, not really apart from, which other avenues you feel say, two questions, I've got two questions. Which other avenues if you say first if you take make money for real estate, both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria? Because I see one thing, a lot of Nigerians, they outside Nigeria think that they have money and they are scared of investing into real estate in Nigeria. Now, that's one. So which other avenue can somebody make money through real estate both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria? And the second question is, like, for those when they say they save small money now and they want to get into real estate, they don't have too much money, what will be the minimum where you feel say them will feel hold for hand take start real estate business?
Beautiful questions. I mean, your question is spot on. So the first one is that for international, and that's one of the advantage of our company, we do real estate globally. So you don't want a property in Nigeria. We're here in Dubai. We're in fact the largest Black-owned property management and agency in Dubai. Okay, that is owned by a Black man. We're also in US, we're in UK as well. And we've helped a lot of people.
Not everywhere.
I tell people that I am Hausa by birth. I was born in Maiduguri, just like I grew up in the north like you. I'm Yoruba by parents. I'm Igbo by blood. So when it comes to making money, I think like an Igbo man. Maybe that's why I supported
No, you are not
because my brain just think like an Igbo man. I'm an obedient without apology.
No apology.
I have no apology. I mean, people drag me, support your tribe now. Their business with that. I'm Igbo by blood. But back to our conversation. What we've had to do, we've had, in fact, 90% of our clients internationally who have done business with us in Dubai, and I've never met them. In fact, there was one, the day he did over $1 million for buying property with us here in Dubai. The day he came to collect his key was the day I was meeting him. I had to ask him, I said, okay, you wire money, you never meet, you don't meet the person. What if all this thing are just social media? What if I wasn't real? And the guy says, every time you talk, I realize that you are too smart to scam people. Like you can make money from anywhere else. Like so, what would be the point? Around. Right? Exactly. I was just too sure. And we've had several, and many of them, again, their returns, we call it rental income, one of the ways to make money internationally. They buy property here, they don't live here, the tenant pay their rent, and we send their money to their account.
And most of them never even see the property.
And this one of them, they never even see the property. They never even step foot to Dubai. But they wanted to invest in a place where there's no tax.
There's no income tax
in Dubai, there's no income tax, there's no property tax. And so they wanted also FX, to be able to earn, unlike in Nigeria where maybe today the pricing goes down, comes up in terms of dollar versus naira. So what I advise people, I say internationally, the returns on investment is lower than in Nigeria or anywhere else in Africa, but it's more stable. It's more stable. It's internationally, it's more stable. In Nigeria, the international one is more stable than in Nigeria, but the returns is lower. So I'll give you an example. If you own a house here in Dubai, the rent is between 7% to 10%. Rental income. In Nigeria, you get rental income hitting 15%. In fact, in some places you get rental income hitting way higher than 15%. Right? In terms of how much versus the total amount you pay to buy the house versus how much tenant they pay.
Sorry to cut you, I apologize. But another thing we constantly for that international rental income, we not to be problem. If you see if you check, international rental income, for example, now you invest for real estate in London or in the US or France or Dubai, and they get 7% or 7.5%. Now, for Nigeria, they get 15%. So that 7.5% where they make for US is still fit big past the 15% where they make for Nigeria.
So the answer is definitely yes, because when you look at the fact that it's dollarized. However, the problem is also that the capital involved is also higher. So, for example, average property here in Dubai is about $300,000. With that $300,000, and now that $300,000 is one bedroom, small one bed. So, meanwhile, with that same amount, you will get 3, maybe 4 bedroom or 5 bedroom for Nigeria. Right, you're boss of all bosses. Right, so that's also the dimension to it. What I advise people is you can diversify. Have some in Nigeria, have some in Dubai. That's what we do, right? Our highest profit is still from Nigeria, but we still have massive investment in Dubai. In fact, the other time we had to buy a massive over 50 acre in Dallas in the US. So diversifying. So that way, because the way economies work, today Dubai is doing well.
And
Tomorrow Dubai
Nigeria
will
go do
crash, and
well.
Nigeria will do well. Right? Tomorrow
Yeah.
Nigeria will do well,
I go
he
fit.
crash, and
Yeah.
US go do well. So, so you just have to learn
Now
to
the last
diversify
the
your
last question, sorry
portfolio.
to cut you.
Uh,
What will be the
yes,
minimum of amount? That's the
yes.
second question. What person go need to get into real estate business? You know, apart from this, though I understand, say where you talk, say start how your power carry you. But what will be the minimum if you want to say okay, pay, I want come more money or to get into what will be the minimum?
Beautiful question. So there is for me, I think for Dubai we have like minimum starting is
For
about
Dubai,
$200,000 for us if you want to
wait,
buy
wait,
property
they come
for
minimum before
Dubai. Yes.
$300,000.
Uh,
I think they could say minimum 200,000 naira.
uh,
Before $300,000. Okay.
but for Nigeria, our average is about 7.5 million for our company. Of course, there are other companies who sell cheaper. Like I keep saying to people, it's up to you what you want to do with us and your budget and what you want to do. For me, what I always advise people is this: if you want to do real estate with us, you must have tangible income. We don't do. We're
Yeah.
not cheap. We're not affordable. Not all these. Bring 50,000. You're a landlord. They do it.
I
You know,
I like the fact I like the fact
we're
we say we're not
very
cheap, we're not
structured.
affordable. But not be for everybody.
No, it's not for everybody, and I think it's high time people are realistic to with investors. Nigeria is a place where somebody buy property, deposit 100,000. Next week he say Mama die, he wants you to refund the money. Oga, how I go refund your money? First of all, we're running a business. I have staff to pay. I'm not in
Yes, of
Nigeria.
course.
You tore all our estate
Yes.
yourself, and you did the video, right? Those people who are working in those
Yeah.
companies have to be paid. So for me, I think these are some of the issues with a lot of people who do business generally. If you don't have your facts right, and that's why sometimes you see people wary of doing business with Nigerians, because an average person will just come
Anyway,
and talk rubbish. Even you, we have to make sure when we work with
so that you know
celebrities, you
what
go
you're
and see the
saying.
estate before you come and use your platform to promote, so that you know what you're promoting. Because someone can come here and come and talk rubbish now. And
Oh, are you
Nigerians
telling me?
love bad
Are
news,
you
right?
now,
Unverified news. Somebody just say, be careful, oh, they will scam you now. Because thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Meanwhile,
you
you
cannot.
cannot be rich
You
without
cannot.
taking risk. Business is a risk. You do business, you lose money. Does not mean it's not legit, right? You just have to learn and
Anyways,
move on.
Oga
That's
Steve,
how
I want to
business
say thank you
works.
to you. Me self, I did busy, but I sure say you just did busy where you did come outside, come follow me talk this talk. I really appreciate it. Now, one thing when you say you tell me say you could do, and I say we're happy for this talk we'll talk today, and I say you go put a few of my followers on under this mentorship program. So as many as my followers, when you say send me DM that they want to be under your mentorship program, how okay, apart from those who could send me DM, would you also like them to connect to you 100%, or you like them to connect to me and then to you, or can they reach out to you? Would you want them to
Yeah, they can reach. So we're a company, right? And we're a company, so they have to reach out to the office. They can always call
okay,
info at
okay,
gtexhomes.com. Just send a mail, info at gtexhomes.com, or call plus 234-8188-111-199. So the office, you can, okay, let me
okay.
pin it. You can always
So you guys can
contact the office if you want
screenshot.
to do business with them. And yes, and they will definitely reach out to you as to let them know. Again, one of the things I advise: state your budget. Don't come here and begin to start all this.
What can we do with
How much is your
200,000
property?
naira?
What can you afford? What can you afford? Then we take you through. Now, if you don't even have any money, okay, at all, and you want to learn, you can say, I
Okay.
want to join your affiliate program. And then you'll be able to join the affiliate program. That is free. I also have paid mentorship program. It's
Jesus.
$20,000. There's no refund, right? And me, I don't do refund, and I make it public. If you like, you do. If you don't like, don't bother do. So that I don't come back and say, I paid
Anyways,
money, they didn't give me my money back.
anyways,
I don't
Oga
do
Steve, I want to
refund.
say
It's
thank you.
business
Make
we're
I leave
doing.
me. Thank you to you. I appreciate it. God bless you. Keep shining, keep opening
Thank you so
branches,
much.
keep making more money. And then now, as you dey go, we dey your back.
Thank you.
We dey your back. We dey your back.
No one. No wahala. No wahala. Well done. I enjoyed this conversation.
Ah,
And someone was asking,
I
are
am
you Yoruba
everywhere.
now? Because the way you are vibing Yoruba, the person was saying, so are you Yoruba
God,
now?
thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. God bless you. So, guys, I just finished amazing talk with Nedu. We had a great time. I hope you guys picked a thing or two. And I hope you'll be able to take advantage of some of the offers that we give you. I had to have him join my live so that I can save the video on my page because, trust me, he loves to save more of entertainment content than business content. So how many of you learned something? If you learned something, just type, I learned, I got value, I learned something. Um, Come on, talk to me. If you got value, just type, I got value. Okay. Danny says, I bought land from them from the UK. They're one of the most credible companies. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate you for your kind words. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And who else? Let me see. If you learned something, just type, I learned something. I learned something. I learned something. Talk to me, guys. If you learned something, type, I learned something. Okay? If you learn something, type I learned something. Oh, beautiful. I can see a lot of you say you learned something good. So if you want to buy any property from GTEX, just feel free to reach out to info@gtexhomes.com and you can call +23481111199. Okay? And we're good to go. Who else? Say I learned something. Engineer Magnets, China. It's very informative. Good to know. Scott Lamide says very informative. Good to know. I got value. Official. Good to know. I learned something. Okay, I could see a lot of you got value. You learned something. Glad to know. Ajibola Benson says, if you have question, please drop it. It says, what can someone do with 10 million? Well, send a mail and we will definitely help you. Someone says, we're in Dallas. Our Dallas, property is sold out. So if is what we have now is if you have a specific budget, you want to buy property in Dallas, we can help you get. But the one we got earlier is sold out. I mean, one of the advantages of real estate in developed world is that it moves faster, right? Particularly because they have a very good mortgage system. So these things move real quick and real fast. Can I start with 500,000? We don't have anything of 500,000, like I said earlier. Okay, we don't have anything of 500,000. Again, like I said, we are not for everyone. And this is very important. For me, one of the things that we had to do was to build our business and our reputation that we choose our customers. And it was very, very important. Sherman, Texas was where we got our property, but it sold out already. I did a video. Daily Momodu was there with us. We had a great time when we got it, but it sold out already. What's the what a meaningful convo? I am enlightened. Glad to know you're enlightened. Peace B says, I would love to learn more, but the 20K fee too expensive. What's the alternative? Well, you can start with the free coaching programs we have and go from there. I mean, life is in phases, men are in sizes. You live your size per time. You can start somewhere. We also have the Stephen Akintayo University. You can visit that, and that is just $99 every month, and you are mentored. So for me, my coaching have the different phases. There's a free version, there's the paid version, and even the paid version have the cheaper ones and the most expensive one. So it's what you pay that determines the quality of value that you get. But please note, when it comes to mentorship courses, I don't do refunds. It's important. So it's not the one you pay for one course and then tomorrow I want my money back. Then you come on social media and say, be careful of Stephen Akintayo. Trust me, I'm not that kind of entrepreneur. If you do business, there are rules to them. And it's high time a lot of Africans get serious about rules of engagement when it comes to business. There are some things we don't do with foreigners, with white people. You do business with white people, they have a refund policy. You respect it. When you start doing with a black man, right, because you think you can blackmail him or her, then you go about talking nonsense. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those who even cares about those, because my terms are always being clearly stated everywhere, right? I have rules, and so please don't join any of my coaching program if you are not sure you are willing to pay. Okay? And note, I don't do refund. Very important. At least I said it before you pay now. Akintayo Bello says, don't you think land banking will hinder development? How do you mean hinder development? The concept and the strategy you need to use, and that's one of the things we do in all our estates. We divide it into two. The front part, we develop our own housing, and then the back part is for land banking. That way, the front part of the estate is already developed, and those who bought can choose how and when to develop it and develop it at their pace. And for me, that's the way we go about in our own estate. Of course, every estate have their own rules and their own procedures and their own processes. So it's up to you which one and how you want to go about it. Pelumi Awodia says, I can put you through by signing up to GTEx affiliate program where you can learn. Yes, that's true. Pelumi is right. We have the GTEx affiliate program called www.gtex and associates.com. So you can go there and sign up, okay, on that website. Okay, for those of you who want to be our affiliate. Yes, what else? Ijoba says, really hoping I could get into the real estate business. Yes, with our affiliate program is free. You don't pay anything, so you can go there. Chukwu David says, if I invest in real estate in UK, will I be able to get a resident permit in UK? The answer is yes and no. So, that you bought property in UK does not guarantee residency, but there are certain investments, right, in the UK. There are certain investment types that is for residency. So you have to specifically go for such programs. So there are certain programs that is, like citizenship via investment. And those citizenship via investment programs require that you invest certain amounts, and such amount could be in real estate. They have the ones that you don't even need to invest that certain amount in real estate. You just need to have put that into a business in the UK, and that gives you resident permit. So, but you can talk to your immigration lawyer, and they can advise you on how to go about that. So definitely you can do that as well. Okay, any more questions, guys? Any more questions before I go? It's been a busy day. I want to thank all of you for being part of the show today. I hope you learned something. I hope you got value. I hope you're enlightened. And I hope you're going to take advantage of all the offers and opportunity we've given you. Feel free, send us a mail, send a DM, reach out, and we will see how we can help. Are you available in Canada? The question is no, but we have partners in Canada. So for those who want to invest in Canada as well, we have partners that we can link you up with and you can work with them. Dika Steve says, hello, doctor. Can your team help us source for acres of farmland in Abuja suburb? Yes, we can, but you need to tell us your budget and how many acres you're looking at. Because again, these are the reasons why we always insist on budget. The budget helps us to know whether what you're asking is realistic. And a lot of us want to do real estate, and our budget is not realistic. So I'll give an example. I've had several people reach out to me, like, Steven, I just moved to the UK and I need a property. And I say, what's your budget? And guess what they tell me? My budget is £20,000. How can you buy property for £20,000 in the UK? You're not even a resident of the UK. Where will have said, okay, you do mortgage, right? And even if you're going to do mortgage, there are a few places you can get, you can get, because that £20,000 means that's 10% of 200,000. So very few places you can get property of 200,000, and if you're even going to get it for your mortgage, will have to be, your initial deposit should be 10%. That was if you're a first-time buyer. There's a first-time buyer program in the UK, but you have to be a legal alien in the UK for those opportunities. So we love to always know what is your budget, and be sure, so we can guide you. Same thing we've seen in Nigeria. You see somebody say, I want legit land, I want it to be credible land. And when they mention their budget, that budget cannot buy a legit land, like Nedu shared with you, right? Even that amount he mentioned, it depends on what year did he buy that property. Now, to be able to buy such in Aja at 1.2 thereabouts, that already raised a red flag for a professional person who sells real estate, right? Because it's a lot more difficult to be able to find legit land, okay, at that price point. I hope we're learning, guys. Okay, so these are realities here. So we love to know your budget and then give you advice. Plero Madden says, Baba, you still into Richard cards? No, funny enough, the Richard card business was, so it was bulk SMS I used to do. Then in recent time, the business has been evolving to that it's Richard card, bulk SMS, and others. And one of my mentees was into that, and because I had been in that business all these years, so I felt, well, let's support the young man and let me use my platform to promote what the guy does. And it was going on well for a while, but at some point, he blew it, and I had to cut off from him. I even had to take him to court because what a lot of you young people don't know is that business is about your reputation. One of the good things about my life and my business, there's nothing I've done in business that I cannot defend in public, right? There's nothing, right? The highest you will see somebody come and say, I wanted a refund and they didn't give me. That's all, right? That's the highest you hear somebody come and say. And that, I've always said, that's why you see me. Sometimes it looks as if I'm arrogant, but it's not. I'm just trying to put that disclaimer out there. So like somebody come and start talking rubbish, you can say, I've always heard the man say he does not do refund. So because it's important, if you're going to do business with black people, you have to be careful and be sure you are very transparent. It's the only way to keep a good name, right? I've kept a good name in business using that model. I'm always open, transparent about my processes, and it has helped me in a very great way. But unfortunately, a lot of young people don't even care about reputation, don't care about integrity, don't care about having a good name. And as much as I've tried to support a lot of young people use my platform to promote their business, when I see that they are not going in line the way I want, I just cut off from that. But yeah, for the recharge and bill SMS, we're building a software that will be able to allow some of you want to start those businesses to be able to do it without by just buying the software and you plug in every other thing. But that will come up later. Okay. I hope you got value, guys. I hope you learned something. I love you all. I want to thank you all for being part of today's show. God bless you real good. Yeah, Pelumi is probably one of our agents, Ijoba. We have a lot of people who are already in our affiliate programs, and they will probably attend to you a lot better. Again, if you want to reach us directly, I advise you email info@gtexhomes.com, or you call +23481881199. You can send a WhatsApp message to that number as well, and you can make your inquiries, and our team will get back to you. Let me also repeat: this is a company; it's not a one-man business. We have over 100 staff. In fact, globally we have almost 300 staff full time. Affiliate program we have over 15,000. So please know that you're dealing with a company and not an individual. Very important. So that way, at least when the officials in the company, contact you, don't say, "Oh, it must be Dr. Steven I will talk to." As long as they're contacting you from official channel, as long as the payment is going to GTEX company and not another name, even my personal name, you cannot pay for land to my personal account. I won't take it, even though I'm the owner of the company. Because there's a difference between an individual and a company, right? And when you're doing business with a company, try and make sure you're doing with the company. Because if you later have issues, you can take them to court and you can sue the company, right? When you try and drag individuals are a lot, because companies at some point, if they have assets, the court can go after their assets. But an individual could have squandered everything, and if he still goes to court and tells the judge, "I don't have anything to pay this man back," there's nothing court can do. So it's very important that you're aware of this. I want to thank all of you once again. Love you all. God bless you. Good night.